It is about 9:30 at night, and this is still the temperature in the brew cave. Crazy stuff, my friends. So here I have, bottled, here's my extract brew, which I brewed a few weeks ago now. I'm not really going to put it on camera today because I look an absolute state. What I'm going to do now is I'll cut away to a video of me brewing this up. It's not complete as I had a bit of drama trying to get it cooled down, so I ended up having to abandon filming, but have a look at what I've got so far and I'll cut back in a sec. Right, this is a video showing how I'm going to do my first extract brew. It's important to note this isn't a how-to video. This is my first time doing it, I've never done it before, so this is basically how I'm doing it. First things first, make sure you get yourself a homebrew already, because as I've said before, it's the law that you have to drink homebrew whilst brewing some more. Stop laughing. So my ingredients are, in case you can't remember, crushed caramel malt, crushed crystal malt, cascade hops, 7.9% alpha acid, citra hops, 14.5% alpha acids, Thomas Cooper's malt extract light, and Safe Fail SO4 dry ale yeast. The recipe is already up on a previous video, so I won't post that again, giving you the exact details. If you want to know, check out that video. Okay, so let's show how it's done then. So first things first then, we need to switch the boiler on. Now you must make sure you've got at least, well, see here, you've got 10 litre minimum water level. Okay, so you must make sure that that is met before you turn the boiler on, otherwise you can mess up the element just as you would in your normal kettle. So now that's on, and that's going to boil up the water very nicely in a minute. So while that's doing that, I'm going to pour in the malt extract. I really hate about the Cooper's kits is they have these little bits of paper that can sometimes come off and get caught up. It's very annoying. So this bit is probably fairly similar to doing your standard extract kit. So to get the last of it out, what you need to do is twizzle it around, tie it off, and I've got some boiling water here. Pop that in. I'm going to grab a spoon, and then just swirl her around. Because I've got two cans, I'll leave that in there for the moment and I'll pour the rest of this one in. Okay, so now, normally I'd put that straight in the fermenter, but because I've got another one to do, just grab some oven gloves, because that gets bloody hot with the boiling water in it, and you will incinerate yourself, scream and drop it. We'll just shove that one into there. And as you can see, pretty much all now of all the malt extract that was in there was gone. I will pour some over the lid just to get that off in a minute. We'll just do this. I'll top this up so it's 15 litres in total. There is a reason for that which I'd like to explain in a minute. What I need to do first then is to mix in all the malt extract so it's all dissolved. Actually, I'm probably going to turn the boiler off now because I don't want to melt the spoon on the element. Now I've stirred in the malt extract into here. Next thing I need to do is add my grains. So I've weighed out all the grains here. That's both the crystal malt and the caramel malt in here. I've got this nice little steeping bag, so I'm just going to go ahead and chuck that in here and switch the boiler back on. Now I'll pop that in there. a lot. Sink a bit more to the bottom. And now we just need to wait for it to boil. So while we're waiting for the grains are now steeping in here, and you leave them in there until the wort boils, and then as soon as it boils you take it out and add in the hops. Now the reason I've only done it to 15 litres is because I don't have a wort chiller at the moment. Basically, before you can ferment you need to cool down the wort, which is the liquid, as you probably all know, to about 20 degrees so it's safe to ferment, otherwise you'll just kill off the yeast. The longer you leave it to cool, the more chance you're going to get of infection. So, a guy in my local homebrew store, who's an absolute hero, said, at the moment, rather than buying a wort chiller, I don't need one just yet, to just make it up to 15 litres. You'll lose a litre or so, a couple of litres in evaporation as the boil goes on. You then top it up to 23 litres with cold water once that's done, and that will then bring it up to pitching temperature, which is very, very handy. So I will cut back once we're at the boil. Right, one thing I forgot to mention, it's still boiling, it's taking a while. Doing up to 15 litres, it will mean that your extraction from your hops isn't as good because it's thicker wort. So, what a guy in the homebrew shop said to do is probably you would need to up the hop amount by about 20% or so. However, that works out okay for me because I didn't, if you remember, I didn't reduce the hops when I first came up with the recipe, but I lowered the malt extract, and I know that that throws it off anyway. So the amount I probably should have reduced the hops by is probably the amount it's probably going to make up for the loss in absorption. So should be all square, fingers crossed. Okay, we've just hit a boil, which you probably can't see very well because of all the steam, so I'm going to lower the thermostat now, just to maintain the boil. Okay, so now I need to take the grain bag out. I'll lift it out, let it drain out, and then squeeze it out as well, but I need two hands to do this, so I need to put the camera down for a minute. Now the grains are out, it's time to add the hops. So I've strained the grains, put them out, still boiling away. Now that's done, put your first hop addition in. I've got them from front to back, so we'll pop the first one in. Can't really see because of the bloody steam. Give it a quick nudge in. Get away from the steam a bit more. Pop that. How do you stop the camera steaming up? Pop that in there. So that's bubbling away, and now I need to start my timer because I'll need to leave those in there for 45 minutes. And then once 45 minutes is up, I need to add my next hop addition. So now, we'll just sit and wait. I'll just turn the thermostat down slightly to 6. Okay, so we'll keep it going. Nice boil going. And I will come back in about 45 minutes. Okay, it's been 45 minutes. The first lot of hops have been on the boil, so I'm now going to add the next batch of hops. In they go. Give her a little stir in, like so. Then we restart the timer for 15 minutes. Boom. Right, that's the timer done. So it's time to switch off the boiler, and then what I'm going to do is start to cool it down and add the post-boil hops as well. So what I'll do, I've got a sterilised fermenter here. I'm going to carefully move the fermented bin, the boiler over to here. 1 second. Okay. Spin around. Pour out. Move over a bit more. Pour out. Add the last. Okay, as I was letting it fill into the bucket, I did top it up with some cold water to, you shouldn't really have boiling hot water when you're doing the hops. So, my sanitised fermenter, just a bit of a stir around. I'm going to top it up with the rest of the cold water now to 5 litres. 5 gallons, sorry, 23 litres, and then take a gravity reading, then pitch the yeast. Right, we're topped up with cold water. Let's take a temperature reading, see where we are. Right, we're coming in at about 40 degrees, so it's still a bit too hot. What I'm going to do is stick it in the sink with cold water for a minute or two, just to cool it down a bit. Right, well there you go. Like I said, it's not perfect, but that's kind of the way I did my first brew. The original gravity was 1.040, the final gravity was 1.012, giving me an ABV of 4.3%. Which is quite nice really. It's designed to be a light summer ale, so I didn't want to blow your head off strength. I've also got brewed up Tom Caxton lager. You tell you what, it's summer, I just need cold lager in the fridge. I normally love my ales, but St. Peter's ale, had a sip of that. Very, very hoppy. Hoping that will mellow slightly in time because it's a little bit too hoppy for me to drink loads of it at the moment, but we'll have a look at some point. But yeah, cold lager from the fridge is where it's at the moment. Other than that, that's about it at the moment really. I don't know if I showed you guys my new shelves in the brew cave. And some more up there. Yeah, it's slowly getting there. I want to get a couple more of these things, so I'm going to move the non-homebrew related stuff off, probably on the wall over here. But yeah, it's full of crap at the moment in here. I need to get this sorted out, but being summer we've got garden furniture and all sorts, so I need to get down a tip at the weekend. I hope you're all having a great Homebrew Wednesday, and I'll see you soon. Take care guys.